So let's talk about Hotel Transylvania 2. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name's Doyle, better known to as the Big D, and this time around I'm going to review the 2015 computer animated monster comedy flick Hotel Transylvania 2, released by Columbia and Sony Pictures Animation, directed by Jendy Tartakovsky, and featuring most of the same voice actors, except for CeeLo Green, voice of the Mummy, is now voiced by Keegan-Michael Key. But everyone else is back. Adam Sandler, Andy Samberg, Selena Gomez, Kevin James, Steve Buscemi, David Spade. They're all back. Also, they have Mark Mothersbaugh back on board as the guy who gave us the music and what have you. Now, if you haven't seen my review for the first Hotel Transylvania, I advise you to click on the card coming up right about now. There we go. So that way you can catch up with that or see the review again if you'd like. Give you just a few additional seconds. And I do it. Okay, here we go. Now, the film takes place several years after the events of the first film. Mavis and Johnny now have a young son named Dennis, whose lack of any vampire abilities worries both Mavis and his maternal grandfather, Dracula, for differing reasons. When Mavis and Johnny travel to Johnny's hometown in California, Drac calls his friends to help him make Dennis a vampire, much to Mavis's dismay. There'd also be some other new additions to the group of voice actors, including Dana Carvey, Megan Mullally, and even the legendary Mel Brooks himself. So here's the story. Sometime after the events of the first film, Mavis and Johnny are finally married. With the approval of her father, Count Dracula, and the world becomes aware and unafraid of the existence of monsters after the shutdown of the monster hunting organizations and groups. A year after the wedding, Mavis reveals to Drac that she's pregnant and later gives birth to a baby boy whom the couple named Denisovich by Dracula. As Dennis's 5th birthday nears, he has yet to grow his fangs, and Drac worries that his grandson might not gain vampire powers. Noticing the potential dangers her son might face living in Transylvania, Mavis starts to consider moving to Johnny's hometown in California in order to give Dennis a more normal childhood, much to Drac's disapproval. Drac tells Johnny, who does not want to leave the hotel either, to bring Mavis to California to visit his parents, Mike and Linda, but to make sure to keep her distracted so that she will not move, leaving Drac to babysit Dennis. Drac enlists his friends Frank, Wayne, Griffin, Murray, and Blobby to help train Dennis to become a monster, but everything he tries fails. Meanwhile, in California, Mavis enjoys exploring a more human world despite Johnny's obvious reluctance to accept the safety and normality Dennis would experience growing up there. When the couple arrive at Mike and Linda's house, Linda tries to make Mavis feel more comfortable by covering her room with spooky Halloween decorations and inviting other monster-human couples over. Mavis retreats up to the roof with Johnny and tells him she doesn't want Dennis to be freaky like her and grow up knowing nothing about the world. Johnny consoles her and tells her he would be the luckiest dad in the world if Dennis grew up to be like his mother. Meanwhile, Drac and the gang arrive at Camp Winnepacaga, Drac's childhood summer camp, where he learned to hone his vampire abilities. However, he is shocked and annoyed to find the camp has become much safer than it was when he went there. Drac stubbornly believes Dennis is a late fanger, so he hurls Dennis from a tall, unstable tower to pressure the boy's transformation into a bat. Dennis, however, does not transform, and Drac has to fly down and rescue him at the last second. The stunt is filmed by the campers and uploaded to the internet, which eventually reaches Johnny and Mavis. Fury said this, Mavis and Johnny go back to Transylvania, while Drac and his friends reach the hotel a couple of seconds after Mavis. She confronts her father for putting Dennis in grave danger and for his inability to accept that he is human. She states they will move out of the hotel after Dennis's 5th birthday party the following Wednesday. Drac pleads with his daughter to reconsider, but she refuses, telling him that while he may have let humans into the hotel, she doesn't think he can learn to let them into his heart. Alright, I'm going to the final at the ending. You know procedure. 5 seconds to stop. Go to the description box below. Fast forward to the time below if you've seen the movie already. Continue watching. Here we go. Okay, that was a quick one. You've been warned. The next day, Drac finds out Mavis invited Vlad, Drac's father, to Dennis's birthday party. As Vlad is much worse than he was when it comes to humans, Drac tells Johnny to have the human partygoers disguise themselves as monsters. Vlad receives the invitation and arrives with his monstrous bat-like servant Bella to meet his great-grandson for the first time. Meeting him, he believes that fear will cause Dennis's fangs to sprout and possess a stage performer dressed as Dennis's favorite TV monster, Cakey the Cake Monster, to scare him, but Drac shields his frightened grandson at the last moment, breaks Vlad's hold over the performer, and exposes the deception to his father, who is outraged that Drac has accepted humans as guests in his hotel and lets Mavis marry John and have a human child. Drac confronts Vlad about how humans are different now. Mavis argues with her dad when she finds out he planned the ruse, eventually turning on Johnny when he reveals he doesn't think Dennis will be happy in California. When the family argues, Dennis sadly flees the hotel and enters the forest with Wayne's daughter, Winnie, who has a crush on him, in tow, hiding in her treehouse. They are attacked by Bella, who overheard Mavis say that Dennis is a human. When Bella injures Winnie and threatens to destroy the hotel, Dennis's anger causes him to instantly grow his fangs and his vampire abilities manifest. He begins to fight Bella, who calls his giant bat minions. Drac, Johnny, Mavis, Denisovich, the Laughlin family, and the rest of the monsters team up to defeat Bella's minions and drive them away. A livid Bella then attempts to kill Johnny himself with a stake. However, having been won over by Drac's claim that humans now coexist peacefully, Vlad shrinks Bella and tells him never to bother his family again, saving Johnny. Bella then tries to flee but is caught and licked excessively by the werewolf pups. With Dennis finally embracing his vampire abilities, Johnny and Mavis decide to continue raising him in Transylvania, and they resume the party with his friends and family. End of story. So what did I think of Hotel Transylvania 2? Well, it's fun, like its predecessor, and it does provide most of the same fun humor and what have you. It's just, well, I'm just going to say it's still fine. Some critics thought this was a little bit of a step from the previous one and what have you. Some didn't think it was close to as good as the original. But hey, I agree on either. It's close to being good like the original and all that jazz. I mean, the film was a big success, and it went on to become Adam Sandler's biggest opening movie to date, surpassing The Longest Yard, which came out a decade before this. And it eventually did better than its predecessor, making $474 million worldwide. It still had a lot of good fun. Mark Mothersbaugh, of course, did the score for this. The girl group known as Fifth Harmony did a song for the film called I'm in Love with a Monster, which that was pretty cool. But we got the same voice acting cast. Adam Sandler as Drac, Andy Samberg as Johnny, Selena Gomez as Mavis, Kevin James as Frankenstein, David Spade as Griffin, C. Buscemi as Wayne, Molly Shannon as Wanda, Fran Drescher as Eunice. Now, of course, we had Keegan-Michael Key take over the role of the mummy, Murray. Mel Brooks voices Vlad. Let's see. While playing Johnny's parents are Megan Mullally and Nick Offerman. I'm just going to say this was pretty good. John Levitz is back as well, although he does a different character, not Quasimodo from the first film. It's Eric, the Phantom of the Opera, and the hotel's residential musician. We also have Chris Kattan and Dana Carvey as well. So anyway, the voice acting cast is good. So the story isn't too bad and what have you, and I gotta say, this was a lot of fun after I've seen it. I need to revisit that one day. So, anyway, with another good story, a great cast like before, and some good music, courtesy of Mark Mothersbaugh. In the end, would I recommend Hotel Transylvania 2? I'd say if you are a completionist, maybe give it a one-time watch. But if you're not satisfied, stick with your first one. But if you're a completionist, a one-time watch. So, but if your kids are into this series, then I'd say yes, go for it. But hey, you have to take my word for it. But anyway, that's all I'm going to tell you. So what are your thoughts on Hotel Transylvania 2? You can tell me in the comment section below. If you like this, click the like button. Subscribe to my channel and be a part of the Big D Nation. Join me next time when I review Hotel Transylvania 3 Summer Vacation. Thanks for watching, and if you like this, you may want to consider checking out my reviews for these other big Sony Pictures animation films and what have you. In the upper left-hand corner is my review for the Smurfs 2. The upper right-hand corner is my review of the original Peter Rabbit, and the bottom left-hand corner is my review of a recent flick from Sony Pictures Animation, that being Vivo. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thank you for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.